Hello and welcome to Market Sunrise. I'm Ramzan Karmali.
And this is Your Money. Welcome to Macro Matters, your regular look at what's driving the global economy.
Pascal, thanks so much for joining us on Market Sunrise. Well, let's start with your Q3 earnings. Normally with such impressive results, we see a sharp rise in the share price, but so far the reaction has been, it's pretty fair to say, pretty muted. Why do you think that is?
Well, it's a great question, Ranzam. First of all, thank you for having me. And you're right, we had a tremendous Q3, and year to date, our revenue growing 11%, our earnings per share is growing 15%.
Now, recently I spoke to the Secretary General of the OECD and I asked him whether, AI was here to take away our jobs. What do you say to that question?
I hear that a lot these days, and my advice over there is I actually personally worry less about AI taking people's jobs, and I worry more about people that use AI well.
You're struggling to attract companies. I think the number of listings is at a 30-year low. Why do you think that is?
I think a couple things around this. First of all, the number of listings on a global basis has declined.
You say you've been in history 20 years. It's fair to say that the share price for Criteo in 2025 hasn't done too well, but the last month there's been quite a bit of an uptick. Is this a sign that things are turning around for the share price?
Well, not in the business of forecasting it, but it is fair to say that we think our shares are undervalued.
What are the allegations?
So, as you say, there are 4 counts of misdemeanor assault. Each charge actually carries a maximum of 30 days in prison and a fine of $500 for each offence if convicted. So they've come up with 2 ideas. The first one is that universal credit should be increased by £25 per week from now until October. And secondly, they say that a one-off £250 payment should be given to around 11.3 million households. Those are low-income households. Here are the 4 reasons why investors' decisions are so dependent on NVIDIA. First up, everything in AI is connected to NVIDIA. It's still the daddy of AI. This is the second monthly drop in a row, and as you say, a bigger drop than most experts had predicted. The ONS said it's clear that the rising cost of living is a major factor at play here. But for these ferries here in Dover, and in fact 8 across the whole country, the Transport Secretary Grant Shapps is insisting on full safety checks. This delay will undoubtedly cost the company money. From tomorrow, pubs, bars and restaurants will have to close at 10 p.m. and they'll be restricted to table service only. On top of this, waiting staff, bar staff, non-seated customers and shop workers will have to wear a face mask. The penalty for not doing so has doubled to £200 for a first offence.
That is it for Market Sunrise for this morning. Stay with Yahoo Finance for continuing live coverage of the markets and your money all day on streaming and online.